Me. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the book launch party for Fallen for Macie. I'm popping in real quick. I'm your host. If you don't know who I am, I'm Miranda. I'm Sharon's daughter. So I thought I would just introduce the evening for you. Looks like we've got some people here. Deborah's here. Yay, Deborah! I'm so excited. Nina. I know? Well, I'll ask Mom if I know you later. But Nina, welcome, and Will, welcome. Awesome. It's so good to see you guys. We're gonna have a great night tonight. We are gonna be talking all about Fallen for Macie, which is the final book in the Falling for Macie series, and just released a couple weeks ago. And of course, the author is my lovely, wonderful mother. Such a creative, charming, just delightful human being. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. We've got some fun stuff planned, so let's get into it. And turn to both of us. Okay, so you're on screen now, Mom.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Paul, thank you for coming as
Oh yeah,
well.
Paul's here.
I'm thinking, is today the day you had surgery? Or is it just anyway? Oh, hey, Clara, there is video.
Is it chat or is there video? Well, we're the ones on video. So me, Miranda, the host, and
that's what you
Mom,
mean.
the author. And so if you want to comment or anything, we will see your comments, but there won't be videos of other people, at least in this live stream. So yes, and Ryan's here. Awesome. So good to see you guys. And Claire's here, obviously. I forgot to welcome you, Claire. Sorry.
Look at all of these wonderful people.
Yeah, we've got some great people here. And probably some people too who haven't commented yet, which we're gonna get into right now, if that's all right with you, Mom. Yes. Oh, and Dad commented too. Awesome. It's so good to see you guys. So, first things first, before we really get into talking about Fallen for Macie, we do want people to be able to comment, and we encourage comments, and we love having you here. But we also know that some people maybe haven't ever commented on a YouTube video before, so we're gonna give a quick rundown of it. Oh, Joni's here now too. Hello. So, okay. All right, let's go to this screen because commenting is going to be the way to enter to potentially win a free copy of Fallen for Macie. So, we would love to get you guys commenting. Red 3 standing by. Nice. So yes, Mom, you know how to, you've logged on recently-ish to comment on YouTube, right? Because it's been a long time since I've done it.
I've had to create several channels to be able to log on and comment.
I think the weird thing about YouTube is that it asks you to create a channel in order to be able to comment on something, which really doesn't mean that much. It's just an extra step in your account to make it so you can comment. So, it's Sandy. I was like, oh, welcome. So if you haven't ever commented before, you'll go and sign into YouTube, and then I think it will ask you to create a channel, and you'll agree to that, which really doesn't mean that much. And then you can come back and comment, go to the comment box and add your comment. So I don't know if that's a thorough enough tutorial. I tried to find a video or something to explain it, but I couldn't find a good one. But do you have any other thoughts on that, Mom? Any other helpful tips?
No. Oh, Nina's already got
Nina's on top of it. Excellent. Perfect, Nina. Yeah, so just like Nina did, we're going to have a prize drawing later for a couple of signed copies of Fallen for Macie, along with maybe some other books. You'll have to stay tuned. And so if you are interested in being entered into that, getting a signed copy, then just comment at some point the word Macie. We'll remind you again a little bit later, but that's how you enter to win. So, or if you can't get into the YouTube comments, that is also okay. If you need to, feel free to just text directly to Sharon and text the word Macie to her phone number. So, okay, all right, we got some people commenting Macie. Perfect. Awesome. So, okay, so now that we've explained that, let's just have a nice evening chat about Fallen for Macie. I don't know. Let's see. we could get straight into the interview, but did you have anything else you wanted to say as just like a welcome, Mom? Because I feel like
Yeah,
I
I
kind
want
of
to say, oh my
jumped
gosh,
right
I
into the
love
thing.
all of you who are here right now and who are coming. But I mean, I'm just so excited to see who actually showed up.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's super fun. Yeah,
Oh,
we've got
thank you.
we've got Austin Adamson here. We've got Joni here. Deborah, Mary Elizabeth's here now.
Isn't Austin the one who belongs to Deborah?
I don't know. Do we know who's Austin? I know this is probably an awful question to ask, but whoever Austin
I don't
Adamson
know.
is.
Do I know? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. He is okay.
Oh, Deborah says
Yeah,
he
I
is.
feel a
Okay,
little bit
okay,
bad that
okay.
I didn't know
Well,
for sure.
I guess I did know, but
Debs, that's
and there's
awesome. Well,
Joni
then
and
that's super cool.
Darl, and I'm just so excited. And Clara and Sandy and
Yeah.
Mary Elizabeth. And, oh my gosh, just it's like the top 10 favorites people in my life are here.
At least 10. I think we have more than that here. And probably
Yeah,
some
we do.
who
Okay,
we
so
don't
the
know
top
if
of my
they're here or
favorite
not.
people are here.
Yeah. Nice. Got an update from Paul.
Oh, nice. Okay, Paul. For those of you who don't know, Paul Smith is my brother, and he lives here in Cedar City as well. But apparently, he's in Oklahoma.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well,
it's like
welcome to the party within the party then. That's pretty cool that you took time out of a party to come to a different party to say hello.
And Isaac, I recognize that you are here, and yes, you are in the top 10,
yeah. Well, you're here, so you're on the list. So
yeah.
Also, I do want to say really quick, we are kind of newbies at live streaming, so if there's any problems with the audio or visuals or anything, please comment, because we only kind of know what we're doing. So I'm assuming you guys can all hear us just fine, but if anything goes wrong, please make a little comment. But okay.
Wow.
So yeah, well, welcome to everyone. Yeah. So yeah, shall we get into the first part of the interview, or first part of the evening with the interview, Mom?
Certainly, let's do that.
Okay, yeah. So for our first, I feel like I keep wanting to call them like courses, but like for our first course of the evening.
For our first course, of course, it's a dining experience.
Oh, I wanted to put my, I borrowed this copy of Fallen from Macie for Mom to use as a prop, and I thought I would put it up on my shelf, so I'm going to do that real quick. There we go. Not that you can even see that well because it's not lit up, but a nice prop for the evening. Matt, impressed with the cute overlays? Thank you. Thank you very much. That's, I had fun with them. So, okay. All right. Getting into the interview. I have the privilege of getting to ask my mom some questions about her work, which is so much fun for me and hopefully fun for everyone else, especially you, Mom. So, Fallen for Macie. Just released it. Just finally put it out into the world. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it in general?
Okay, so like you said, Fallen for Macie, and I have to be really careful when I pronounce the names of this series because they're all so similar. So Fallen for Macie is the third in the series, and it's where Macie she's found her true love, and now she's meeting her in-laws, and her true love, Jeremy, is meeting his in-laws together. I mean, if you haven't read Falling for Macie 2, you don't know much about Jeremy, but just to say he's a widower with a young son. And so as part of the book, she also gets to meet May's parents, his dead wife's parents as well, because they're still part of his family. And then the wedding at the end, and there's all kinds of fun characters and fun things that happen. Some of you have read the book and already know all about it, but that's basically Fallen for Macie.
So I have a question. So for
Okay.
those who might not have heard of the first two books, which I mean, I don't know, maybe everyone here already knows, what are the names of the first two in the series?
Falling for Macie,
Falling for BC,
and then Falling for Macie 2, as in TOO,
as
as in
in
also.
also.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
finally, Fallen for Macie.
Fallen for
I
Macie.
think
Yeah.
that's pretty fun. But you're right, it is a little bit of a tongue tripper upper. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And which book
um,
are you talking about again?
yeah, right.
I've
It's
shortened it to
something in
Macie
the
1, Macie 2, and Macie 3.
yeah, that's fair. If nothing else, just Macie and then the number. But speaking of Macie, where did the character Macie come from? Give us a little backstory on her.
um, my niece on the Smith side of the family, on my side of the family,
So some of you here
has had
definitely
many,
know. Yeah. Sorry. Go
yes,
ahead.
um, has had many an adventure or misadventure when it comes to, especially when she's around good-looking guys. Bless her heart. I mean, the entire first Falling for Macie, the original Falling for Macie, is a lot of her. And okay, I just
Sorry,
got
I just saw
distracted
what.
by
Yeah, I just saw what Darrell
comments.
said. Finish the answer to the question, then we'll say what Darrell said.
I'm sorry, but I just think it's hilarious.
That is really
Okay,
funny.
it's crazy. I don't even know, where was I?
Where were
Oh,
you?
my
So
niece.
Macie
My
is
niece.
inspired by
Yes, Macie is where we were.
yes.
And so a lot of the misadventures in the first book, especially, are just her. It's things
Mm-hmm.
that have actually happened to her. And then I added a few things, like things that happened to my mother, and some
Right.
things that have happened to me.
Yeah.
Um, and just kind of, the things that I've heard,
Mm-hmm.
and so then, and that's just the first one, Falling for Macie. Falling for Macie 2 wasn't okay. I'm going to answer a question that I've already said that I wanted to answer.
Yeah.
Didn't intend for it to be a series.
Right.
It was a one and done for me. I didn't want to write any more about her. But
Mm-hmm.
my nephew on the Palmer side of the family says,
Right.
my teenage nephew on the Palmer side of the family said to me, "What happens now?"
Mm.
So I wrote another book, Falling for Macie 2, and I thought, well, I may as well write another one and finish it off. And so, and that's how the
And
series got
finish it off.
right and finish it off.
Yeah.
And so, but
Well, yeah.
2 and 3 are mostly things that happened in my mind.
Yeah, fair enough. Joni's
Well,
curious who it was that inspired you to write, and she asked if it was Hunter, but it was
oh,
actually Ashton, right?
it was Ashton,
For
yeah,
those of
because
you who
Jenny
know
had read.
Ashton, yeah.
My sister-in-law had read the book out to him, and he loved it. But Hunter, though, Hunter has inspired me. Hunter, okay, so Hunter is also a nephew on the
Yeah.
Palmer side, and but I think he has
Mm.
definitely inspired my next project, which I will talk about later in the chat.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be fun to hear about. But yeah, going back to what Aunt Darrell said, there now we've had this whole conversation in the chat about Jeremy's mom. And Darrell's like, just a few pages in, but I hope Jeremy's mother gets a personality transplant, which is really funny. Uh, then Nina says she gets better, and Will is like, I love Jeremy's grumpy mom. Anyway, I'm loving this conversation in the chat.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
Darryl, you're just going to have to read the book.
Yeah, gonna have to keep going.
You're going to have to keep going. Yes.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Well,
But I did my job, because you
mm-hmm.
weren't supposed to like her in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah, that's a sign that you wrote her that you wrote her how you meant to write
I
her.
read her really good.
Yeah,
Yes.
you wrote her real good. You wrote her, but you're not getting rid of her. So there you
Right,
go.
exactly. No, in
Yeah.
fact, okay, no, I'll talk about that in my later on.
Okay,
Wait,
sounds good.
hold on a second. I got to write this
Okay.
down to make sure I remember to write
Oh,
about it.
that's fair. Honestly, that's a great plan. You do that. Also, I'm loving that people are commenting Macie in the chat. For a reminder, or if anyone is new here, if you type Macie in the chat or text it straight to Sharon on her phone, you're entered to win a free signed book later. So, reminder for that for anyone who didn't know. Yeah. And once you're done writing that down, Mom, I can ask you the next question.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for allowing
This
me to have time
hard-hitting
to
interview.
write it down. I don't want to forget anything, and I have to write it down if I.
Oh
and
no, that's 100%. Same way.
I've got a
Same way.
pile of sticky notes over here
Yep.
just so that I can write things down.
Oh, for sure. I think that's actually a great plan. I didn't even think about that going into like a live stream. Like it would be a good idea to have something right there you can write down thoughts and stuff. So that's a win right there, a good life hack. But yeah, so now that you've told us a little bit about Macie, Fallen for Macie, I want to hear a little bit about your journey. Like when did you start writing? How'd you get into writing?
Wow. Okay. So how did I get into writing?
Wow.
I've been writing most of my life. I don't know for sure the exact first thing that I wrote. I've been reading since I was 3. And I've been writing almost as long as I can write. But my first decision to become a writer was in 3rd grade. We were supposed to write a sentence or something about something. I don't even remember. It might have been a paragraph. But anyway, I wrote this story about how my cat scared me. And I showed it to my teacher, and she laughed all the way through it. And I went, okay, this is fun.
Okay.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like that she laughed, and she laughed in all the right places. And I was like, okay, this is what I want to do.
That's awesome. Did you actually have a cat at that point?
Oh, not just a cat. We had like 17 cats.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you about my cats later.
Yeah, I was going to say your pet journey is a little bit different than your author journey, so we don't have to get into that right now. But for some reason, I was like, oh, you had a cat? I like, that's interesting. I thought maybe this was an imaginary cat you'd made up for your story, but that's really fun.
To answer Deborah's question, no, I don't have the cat story. Most of my best stories, I don't have anymore because I wrote an entire book in 5th grade. And
in the margins,
it was in the margins of my homework, so I had to turn it in. So I don't have any of it anymore.
Yeah.
But and then in high school, I had a mythology class, and my friend and I wrote myths that included each other's characters in it.
Oh, that's fun.
And I had never seen them since. And so I suspect my teacher kept it.
Right.
Because she was like, oh my gosh, this is so good, you know? Yeah.
And how fun is that to like write, like do that exchange with your friends? Like what a fun time. Yeah. I love that idea.
It was pretty great.
You've always been a creative force, that's for sure. Yeah. So that's how you got started writing. Do you want to tell us more like about your author journey, like how you've evolved to where you are?
Well, I've written almost my entire life, off and on, depending on my responsibilities as a mother or whatever. But I've written most of my life. I have a whole desk, a couple of drawers in a desk full of all of my writing. So I should go through that and see if there's anything worth
right? Again. You're always surprising yourself.
Yeah. So. But the whole indie author came from I started following this author on Facebook, and he was talking about he was part of a group called 20 Books to 50K. And the whole premise was, well, I can explain the premise another time, but anyway. And so it was basically, it's this indie community, this indie community, and it helped you find resources for all of the things that you needed, and and give you hints on how to advertise and how to market and things like that. And it was an amazing thing. And this whole new world opened up to me, and I was like, I don't have to wait around for some guy that thinks my book that's on the bottom of the slush pile is worth digging out,
Right.
because it is worth digging out.
Yeah.
They all are. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to start publishing. And I published my first book. Falling for Macie was my first published, if you don't count the one that I did on my homework. But
right. Well, I mean, I guess that was published just to your teacher, right?
right, yeah, I'm sure she enjoyed it.
Indie authors for the win. Yes, exactly, Mary
Absolutely.
Elizabeth. Yeah, we've got.
Mary
I know we've got a
Elizabeth.
few indie authors in the chat. So
Yes, we do.
yeah. Oh, perfect. Also, sorry, no, I don't know if I'm cutting you off, Mom, but it looks like Austin is asking some questions, which I forgot a little bit earlier. I was going to say, if you have any questions for the author, now is the time to ask them.
Right.
So send us any questions your way. Let's start with Austin's here.
Yeah.
Do you typically write your books in order, or do you sometimes write out of order? Like start with the ending in mind, figure out how it starts, and fill in the middle. That's interesting. Like, how's your creative process like that?
Yes.
Yes. All of the above.
It just is. I will start from the beginning and then get bored about 2 or 3 chapters in. And then I start thinking about, well, but this will be a great chapter somewhere. So I'll just start writing a chapter, and then I'll go along for a little while, and then I will get bored again and go back to the beginning or whatever, or skip to the end or whatever. This is why Fallen for Macie is in 4 parts.
Right.
It's because I wrote part of Macie's and I went, oh, I'm so bored.
I'm
so then I wrote Jeremy's. And I got through all of Jeremy's. I don't think I ever said I was bored. Yeah. And then I wrote Landonovan's, which is anyway, so, and then I wrote Landonovan's, and then I went back to Macie's, and then I went to the wedding, and then I went back to Jeremy's, and then I bounce around, but then at the same time, it's kind of chronological. I don't know.
It's just like a sporadic method.
Yes, it is.
And related to that, Mary Elizabeth is asking, are you a pantser or a plotter? So how much do you plan out?
I'm going to have to say yes to that one too.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I'm a plantser.
I'm plantser.
I'm a plantser. I'll start it out and I'll go, wait, I need to know where I'm going with this. So I'll plot it out for a little while, and then I'll write that, and then I'll go, wait, I don't,
Yeah. Yes. And then if you're ready for another question, Aunt Darrell just asked, is it true that your characters themselves are in control of the plot, but it's out of your hands? I feel like this is kind of a creative person question in general. What's your relationship with your characters? Do they have a mind of their own,
Yes, they do. They do, as a matter of fact. I started writing Falling for Macie 2 with the idea that I would pick up 3 years after Ben and Macie got together, and that Ben and Macie would continue on through, and they would get married. That was the intention when I started Falling for Macie 2. But about 3 pages in, she meets Jeremy, and I go, oh, and Ben goes, I don't want to be here anymore.
The character is just like, I'm out, bye.
Yeah. And so Ben's in South America with some hottie that he's just,
Yeah. Is that really? I mean, is that really canon of like what happened? He was in South America with some hottie. I knew he was in South America, but
absolutely.
I didn't remember the hottie part.
In Falling for Macie 2, you find out that Ben just kind of ghosted Macie. But he kept in touch with Macie's mom. Mm-hmm. And then he shows up at the same time as Macie does at Macie's mom's house.
Right.
And so,
you find out where he's been, but he's ultimately out of the picture as soon as Jeremy walked in. Yes. He didn't even have a chance at that point.
As soon as Macie fell at Jeremy's feet, that was the end of Ben. But Ben told me, he's like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
I honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't like Ben for her anyway.
Mm.
Incoming spin-off
Spin-off
series about
series
him.
about yeah. Hey, I mean, I know that
It's
I feel like sorry, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, okay, let me write that down.
Yeah, write down that idea. You got that pen and paper right there. Write the idea down. uh, I feel like Ben hasn't, I feel like you mostly. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it'd be fun to write with use Ben's character and write with him.
Yeah.
Joni's asking, are all of the characters based on people you know? I have a feeling I know the answer is going to be yes and no to that.
Yes, it
But
is.
go
Yes
ahead.
and no. Macie, absolutely. And as Macie
Mhm.
has gone on in her growing up over the 3 books, um, she's morphed more into me.
Right.
And and so, it's not what would Macie do, but what would I do at this point?
Right. Yeah, this like
um,
alternate, version of you that's
right,
yeah.
right. But Macie is the only one I think
That's fair. That who's directly inspired. I
who's
will say
directly inspired.
I know that you have characters that are named after people in real life,
Oh yes,
even if they're
shout out to
like
my brother.
yeah.
Yes, sorry.
No,
Shout
sorry,
out
go
to
ahead.
my brother Paul. He got for his birthday. I told him I'd name a character after him, and so Macie's dad's name is Paul.
Nice.
Brooke's name is also Paul, but he didn't
Yeah.
have a big enough heart for my brother. So,
Right.
um,
uh,
and in another book that I have not yet published, I have another character named after my brother Sam,
nice.
which was also a birthday present to him.
Right. It's a fun birthday present right there. Like, here, you can be a character in my book. That's too funny. And I know you've named other, like, um, what's the word when they don't have as big of a part? Like, side characters, like really
Yeah,
small, one off moment characters after people as, like, an homage to them, you know? I know
yeah,
you've done
yeah.
that a bit, but
Oh yeah, yeah. In fact,
yeah.
in a story, sorry, I keep
Yeah, yeah, don't
looking
get
at
too
the chat.
distracted by the
I can't
questions.
look at the chat. Um,
I'll ask you when the time is right.
yeah. Okay. All right.
But yes,
I'm just gonna stop right there
yeah,
and move
and
along.
go to the next question. Fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah. So, how do you discipline yourself to write when you're blocked or not feeling it? I think that's a great question. What's your daily schedule like? That's from Aunt Darrell again. You've got great questions, Aunt Darrell.
Yes,
But
she always does, and that's
yeah,
one thing that I love about her.
yeah,
She
fair
always
enough.
asks questions, though sometimes
Uh,
I feel like I'm being interrogated. But
yeah,
um,
or
okay.
interviewed.
All right. So how do I discipline myself? I am still working on that.
You know. Fair
I
enough.
don't
Work in
write every
progress.
day.
Yeah,
I have set anytime that I have a set time blocked off to write with someone, that's when I write.
that's fair.
Unless I have a deadline coming up, and then I lock myself in my bedroom, turn off all the lights, and do basically a sensory deprivation
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
There's no music. There's no, I put headphones in, like head noise canceling headphones, except for I can hear the ringing in my ears, so that's hard.
Right.
But anyway, but I just, as much of a sensory
Yeah.
deprivation as I can, then I can focus and and all I can see is the screen, then I'm good. But
Nice. Those are both great tips. Buddy system and like cutting, shutting everything out. I feel like those both work well for you at least. So that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. And then
Um,
Mary Elizabeth's asking who does your cover art.
um, for Macie,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Bethany
nice.
Matson
Yeah.
did the cover art for all of the Falling for Macie books.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she did a fantastic job. I really love them all.
That's
So
pretty sweet. Yeah. And then I think you've been doing some for your
for another
future things
series,
that we'll talk about a little bit later, but when we get
yeah,
to the what's up
yeah,
next section of the
yeah.
evening. But so I think if anyone else has any other questions, you're welcome to ask them now, or we can get to them later. But I think we're ready to move on to our next part. Do you think so, Mom?
Yeah,
Okay,
uh,
awesome.
yeah.
So just a real quick, I'm gonna go back really quick before we get to our fun. We're gonna do a fun twist on an excerpt reading. I believe, yeah, that's what we're doing next. But real quick, I'm gonna go back here just in case there's people who weren't here earlier. You can enter to win a signed copy of Fallen for Macie or perhaps some other books. We'll see. If you either comment here in the chat, which I'd say if you need help with that, let me know. But you can't, because if you can't chat, that anyway, it's a whole time. But
Yeah,
if
what's
you
going on
can
with the chat, man?
get logged into the what was that?
Oh, I don't know. It looked like our chat was disconnected. Oh no,
Oh
it's
no, it's
okay.
there. I think it's fine. Yeah, it looks like it's
Okay,
okay. But
sorry.
anyway, but if there's anybody
But okay,
who still needs a chance to comment Macie, or they can text Sharon directly on her phone,
okay,
I just
I
thought I
have
would
two.
remind people.
I
You
have
have two.
two.
Okay.
Ryan
Well,
and
we will.
Abby.
Okay, we will get to
Ryan,
that. Let me see. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just
oh,
doing
that's right.
some behind the scenes things. So what we're gonna do next
Oh,
is we will have you guys pick a number between 1 and 170. So there's more pages than that in the Fallen for Macie book, but we don't want to get too much into spoilers of the later books. So if you pick up a number between 1 and 170, then yes, Sharon, the author, will flip to that and find, where she wants to read a little excerpt from. Joni's already here with the number 82. So while you're doing that, I'm going to get the prize. What is it? What am I thinking? The giveaway. I'm going to get the giveaway set up. So once again, last chance. If you want to enter, go ahead and type in Macie into the chat or text it to Mom. And you said to add Ryan and Abby, right? Just to double check, Mom.
right.
Okay,
And
perfect.
Shammer, I think.
Okay, well, let me write those down. And then, yeah, so
Yeah, and Shammer.
so I will turn it over to you, Mom, while I'm doing that, obviously. Yeah, anyway.
Okay,
I'm
all
going
right.
to turn it to you, and you can go ahead. We've got some numbers in the chat, so you go
Oh
ahead
yeah.
and take
Okay.
that
All right.
away.
Well, I'm going to start at the top because let me look and see where this is in the book. Oh, I love this part. Okay. Um, do I dare? Do I dare read it though? All right. So this is in Jeremy's part of the book. So this is Joni Palmer's. I'm going to start actually on page 80, and we're going to go from there. But this is Jeremy's part. He's going out for a run. Oh, by the way, I do have to comment on the 42. I thought that, Will, when I saw 42, that it was the answer to everything. But anyway. All right. So he slipped on a t-shirt and sweats, then donned his trusty running shoes. May as well get out and run. It was about the only thing he and Macie didn't share an interest in. She'd rather organize 100 junk drawers than go running. That's what she said when he'd asked her to accompany him. She had the same reaction when he mentioned karate class. At first, she was willing, but after a minute, she thought better of the idea. He came to realize her non-interest was a good thing. He had time to himself doing something he enjoyed. He slipped out the... Okay. Sorry, I'm getting texts. And so I was like, okay. All right. Add Sam.
Okay, can do.
And anyway, okay. Sorry. Okay. He had time to himself doing something he enjoyed. He slept out the front door and stretching his legs and arms, breathing deeply and warming up his sleepy muscles as he crossed the front yard. He adjusted his earbuds and the volume on his running playlist while he mused over which direction to go. He didn't know his way around enough in pre-dawn Melissa Springs to wander, so he loped toward Main Street and the river walk. Macie had introduced him to this area of town earlier, and he thought it was pretty in the evening light. In the duskiness of dawn, it would be even more beautiful. So he's running. I'm going to skip a paragraph. He's running. And he comes across a man standing in front of the grocery store. Jeremy nodded to him and picked up the pace. Once he found his rhythm again, he leaned into the music pumping into his ears, preparing for the runner's high that would tune out the world around him. He turned the corner by what looked like the post office and was alarmed by the same guy lounging against the wall. "Geez, man!" Jeremy couldn't control his shout. "What are you doing scaring me like that?" The man stayed where he was and stared at Jeremy as he passed. Jeremy turned away from him and took off as fast as his sprint allowed. The pre-dawn took on a menacing feel. The shadows had lives of their own. Unknown people and creatures lurked everywhere. Just out of Jeremy's vision, he jumped and twirled in his rising panic. His guts roiled into knots tighter than any seaman could cinch, and even with his speed, he felt he was sludging through mud 3 feet deep. The man appeared 2 more times. He was everywhere. Jeremy attempted to put some distance between this creepy guy and himself before he got attacked. Then he saw him again, ahead of him, crouching between 2 buildings, poised for a fight. There was no way forward. He could go back, but the guy had to know the town better than Jeremy did. There really wasn't any running from him. He had already chased Jeremy all over town. Wherever Jeremy turned, the guy appeared like a ghost. Jeremy's stomach flipped in anticipation. He wasn't running from this clown anymore. If he held a black belt in karate, for crying out loud. So should come out on top in an altercation, if it came to that. He grit his teeth in determination and slowed his step, assessing the situation. The creepy guy was a master at patience. There was no movement from the opponent, the opposite end of the alleyway. "Hello?" Jeremy called out, hoping to avoid a physical confrontation. "What do you want?" His words echoed in the eerie silence, and the man held his fighting stance. "I don't want to fight you, but I will." More silence in response. Jeremy walked steadily toward his opponent, watching for an opening, planning each move before he surged ahead. In the uncertain light, Jeremy saw the guy lunge toward him. His training took over. He aimed a sweeping kick low at ankle height. Too late, he realized that this creepy guy, and most likely all the other sightings of him, was a brass statue.
That's fun.
Okay, I'm going to finish this out. Jeremy willed his foot and ankle to stop or change direction before it made contact with the art piece. He managed to lessen the power of the hit and fell to the ground, twisting his ankle. After a second of laying on his back, staring up at the crouching statue, he saw the metal dog at its feet. It hadn't survived his attack, but lay on its side as if dead. Jeremy scrambled upright as best as he could. The ankle hurt, but didn't seem broken. He stooped and placed the dog under the statue's hand, which forever reached to pet it. Jeremy gazed at it, feeling foolish. He had been threatened by such a benign work of art. He deserved the pain he was in.
That's so great. Do you want to do another one? Or, I mean, we've got enough time for at least one more if you want. It's up to you, though. We've got more numbers in the chat to choose from.
We had 3 votes for 42.
Okay, 42 it is.
And they all came from the same family.
Yeah, fair enough.
So 42. Oh, it's the end of a chapter. It's in the part where Macie is meeting her.
It's conspiracy, says Will. It is the 42 conspiracy.
Oh, no, I don't want to read this one. Sorry.
Okay, all right. Well, 42 is out.
It's a spoilers, and I don't want to read this part.
Okay. Well, you could pick another number from the chat if you'd like.
Okay, I'm going to pick 11. Let's see what 11 has to bring us.
Hard to figure out where to.
Yeah, where to start, because we're right in the middle of the conversation.
Hey, well, that might be a fun place to start. Out of context, Macie.
All right. Mr. Smith let out a bark of surprised laughter. I'll let you in on a secret. It took me a month after we moved in before I found my way downstairs on my own. Okay, so Jeremy's parents live in this McMansion and is supersized. And Macie keeps getting lost. Let's see. So this Mr. Smith is, of course, her soon-to-be father-in-law, and he says, "Oh, and they're in his office. That's where they are." He rose from his desk. "Let's go down together." He took Macie's hand and rested it in the crook of his arm. Mrs. Smith was ready to ask for the first course when Mr. Smith led Macie to her chair at the table. "I'm sorry I'm late, Mother," he said smoothly. "I was caught up in some business when this young lady was kind enough to remind me of dinner." Mrs. Smith looked sharply at Macie and frowned. "I'm glad she went looking for you, but how did she know to look upstairs?" Mr. Smith flashed a conspiratorial smile in Macie's direction. "She has a knack. Jeremy told me she could find her way anywhere." That's
I love that. Just so you know, Mom, I'm going to switch it back to both of us on here on the screen because I'm done typing in names. So, but we can keep going with the excerpts. Also, Dad said it's not a conspiracy, but apparently a spoiler. So yeah, fair enough. 42. It's a spoiler. Just know when you get to page 42, you've hit a spoiler right there.
You've heard a spoiler right there.
Yeah. Do you want to do another excerpt? It's your call. We can go on to our next segment, or
I think we could go on to our next segment.
Okay.
Unless the audience would really like me to read some more.
Fair enough. Well, you know, you can.
You want me to keep going? You want to?
Yeah.
Because isn't the prizes next?
Yes. So the prizes are next. Maybe we can even do an encore excerpt reading if they're calling for it in the chat after. So we can move on. Right. So let's go to the.
Okay, so
yes.
To clarify, all of Miranda's and maybe some other books too comment about giving away things.
Yes, maybe some other books.
I'm giving away a signed copy of Falling for Macie. So if you don't have it, and Falling for Macie 2.
Macie 2, yeah.
And then 2 copies of Fallen for Macie. So we'll start with Fallen
for Macie, the main event of the day. And if I don't know if we have anybody new who's just joined. Yeah, prize wheel, woo! I don't know if we have anyone who just joined, but
text going through here, so I wanted to make sure that
you double check your text, and if anyone new is here who hasn't, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
Okay, all right. This is okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
Cameron sent me pictures of them watching, and they're all sitting there.
Oh, that's fun.
The kids sitting there.
That's so fun. Oh, I love that. I love that we've got so many great people watching.
Put Dave on there.
Put Dave on there, you said?
Put Dave on there and Jeff because they both texted.
Okay, awesome.
And you have Sam, right?
What was that?
And you have Sam, right?
Yes, I believe I added Sam. So Dave and
Sam
Jeff.
I know that. I know why.
So okay. So if anyone else adds, we can if anyone else comments or texts, we can add them to the next prize. But we could go ahead and
you
spin.
Have Isaac on there?
What was that?
Do you have Isaac?
I thought I added Isaac. Maybe I didn't.
Okay,
Isaac.
I can't see the.
Okay. Let me look at my list. Oh no, I didn't add Isaac because I thought it was just Sandy. But Isaac was here. You're right. Yeah, it wasn't super clear in the chat. But yes, I will add Isaac right now. Whoops. There we go. Okay, Isaac should be on there now.
Look at all of these wonderful people that are here.
Yeah, very fun. Very colorful.
With us. Oh, thank you all. Okay. I feel very loved. I also feel
Sandy as Isaac. That's right. Well, Isaac's on here, either way.
Either way.
Okay. All right. Let us spin it. We'll see if
I'm so excited to see. Okay. While she's spinning really quick, let me explain. If your name is the one that comes up, then you tell me in the chat how you want me to sign your book, and I will sign it right now. And then I will send it to you if I need to send it, or I'll bring it to you if I need to bring it.
Also, just as a heads up, when I have everything up on my computer for the live stream, it doesn't show the animation very smooth, so it's gonna be a little bit janky when we spin the wheel, but indeed we have spun it, and it is Jeff who won. And also, I'm
Jeff.
sorry that it's cut
Okay.
off a little bit. You can't see it
He's
perfectly.
gonna have to text me. Jeff, you're gonna have to text me
On
if
the
you're
live stream.
here.
Yeah.
Do you want me to make it out to Cindy, or do you want me to?
Yeah, who would you like it made out to?
Yeah, who would you like it made out to?
Because this is part of it. It's part prize winning and part live book signing, live virtual book signing. So, so we've got that. Do you want me to start? Do you want me to spin for the next person while we're waiting for Jeff to get back to us?
This is for the other fallen for Macie.
High choice. There we go. Okay. It added to the anticipation. Fair enough. Okay, let us spin it again. Oh, it's actually, well, kind of keeping up with itself this time. Oh, it's like right on the line for a second there. Oh, we've got Isaac, speaking of which. Isaac, if you're still here, let
or Sandy.
Or Sandy, either one of you. Yeah. Let us know who you want that made out to. Let's see.
These also make, if you already have a, if you already have a copy of these books, you can have them, you can give them away as Christmas presents. They're really great Christmas presents.
That's true.
All right.
Oh wow! I just spelled winner as with 2 M's. Wimmer. Anyway.
Wimmer.
The wimmer is
swimming in my swimming pool.
Okay. So we've got Jeff as a winner, and we've got Isaac as a winner. And if they don't get a chance to get back to us, I knew I was going to win. I told Sandy what happened. You called it. You called it, guy. You called it, Isaac. If they don't get a chance to get back to us, then we'll move on. We'll wait for them to let us know later. But Oh, I'll give it to my bride to be. So sign it for Sandy.
For Sandy, okay.
Yep. Awesome. Well, while you're signing that, I wish we had like a camera to like show you signing it, because that's part of the fun. But that's beautiful. That's perfect.
You see it?
Yeah. I love this live book signing vibe. So we've got that one. Okay, and then let me know when you're ready to do the next one.
Okay.
That works, thanks. Yeah.
Let's see, what's today? I'm just going to say November.
November, yeah, fair enough. I've never done, like, I don't think I've ever been to, like, a book signing or, like, even a virtual launch event. So I don't really know. What do book authors usually, just their signature? Do they usually like put other things?
It depends. I mean, it's somebody that I know and I love, so I put to Sandy, you are the light in Isaac's eyes.
Oh,
love, Sharon, November 2024.
Oh, that's really sweet. I love that.
So I will bring that to you, Sandy, or Isaac.
Hold on, give me 1 second. There may be. Okay. All right. I just gotta. What was that?
I haven't heard from Jeff yet. So.
Okay, well, we will go ahead and move on to our next prize. But there's a little notification telling me that our stream isn't very smooth right now. So as long as you guys can still see and hear us, then we're good. Even if the like visuals are a little bit weird or if it's stuttery. But like if you're having a hard time hearing us or knowing what's going on, please let me know in the chat. So I mean, I guess if we're like completely off, they may not be able to. They would tell us. They would tell us though. but yeah, it seems like they should still be able to see us just fine and stuff. It might just be a little bit buffering a bit. Okay. Slightly choppy, but okay. So I feel like as long as the audio is doing okay, then then we're good. So are we ready to do our next prize winner?
Falling for Macie.
Falling for Macie. Are we ready to fall for Macie? Let us spin.
A lot of us have fallen for Macie.
It's so true. So true. Oh, that's really funny. So the winner is Sandy. I mean, I guess it is a different book, but I was like, do we want to draw for a different winner? But technically, fair is fair. It's a different book. Sandy can win this one too, technically, if you want. It's your call, Mom.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I know. Yeah, absolutely. Sandy, do you want me to make it out to you, or to your mom, or to
Yeah,
your
whoever you'd
mother-in-law,
like.
or?
Whoop, I don't know how I just scrolled away. Okay, we're good.
But,
Ish.
Sandy reminded me.
Yes.
And her comment here says authors usually make up a specific
Ah.
signature for book signings, and some will even get a specific type of pen. And I have a specific type of pen, and there's a story behind it.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were gonna tell me that story earlier, or you were
Uh,
gonna tell it now.
yeah, and during COVID, I got a present from a friend at church of a pen set with a notebook, to help write down, and the pen set, there were 3 pens that looked like this.
Nice.
And one said faith, one said hope, and one said love. And
Hmm.
so I sign all of my books with love.
Aw, that's really sweet. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What a nice vibe. That's very
Well,
lovely. Oh,
all right.
Sandy says, "Spin it again. I have book one as an ebook." You know, that's fair
Yeah,
enough. Let's get another.
that's
Let's
fine.
give another person a chance to read it. So let's see who the lucky winner will be. That will get their book signed with love.
Yes. With my love.
Yeah. And it's Aunt Darrell.
Yes.
Woo! Yeah, Aunt Darrell. Big winner. She might also have a copy. I don't know, but that's okay.
All
So
right.
if you are still here, who would you like it made out to for your book signing? I mean, we can't. I mean, there's a little bit of a delay for when people can chat, so we're not going to just sit here and wait. But
Again,
I could spin for the next winner while we're waiting for her to get back
well,
to us, if you'd like.
Darrell says spin again. She has
Oh,
it.
spin again.
So.
She has it. Okay, all right. Let's do this. We're gonna have a bunch of winners today, and one of them will stick.
Make it out to me. All right, Mary, I can do that. Aunt Darrell is going to get.
Well, I already spun, so Ryan Busenbark, as technically I spun for him, so I don't know how you want to do that, but
oh, okay.
Everyone is a winner here. So true, Deborah. Yep.
Okay, so Ryan won.
Yeah, Ryan won. Yep.
Okay,
but
so
you already were like, "Oh, I'll make it out to Mary Elizabeth." So it's up to
well,
you.
You know what? I have plenty of copies. I'll make one out for Mary Elizabeth too.
Okay, sounds great. We'll have a bonus winner there.
Okay, Ryan Busenbark.
Ryan, if you're still here in the chat, let us know if you want it made out to you or someone else. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. And then while we're waiting for that, I can spin for the last winner if you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, Mary Elizabeth's excited. Yay, bonus winner. Okay, and then so for this last one, it's Falling for Macie 2? Is that where we're at? Or which one? What one are we giving away for the last one?
Yeah, Falling for Macie 2. Yep.
Okay, all right. I'm on top of this. I'm on board. I know what's happening. Okay. All right, let's spin it. Final winner. Yep. And Ryan says, Ryan says, "I'm here. Can you make it out to me?" Of course.
To Ryan. Oh, I don't know what I want to.
You can always ponder. Yeah, you can always ponder on it and finish it, after if you want to. But well, while you're signing that, I'll go ahead and spin for this last winner.
Okay.
Oh, it's right on the line. Sam. Uncle Sam is the winner. It was right in between like almost to Shamrock. It was really close. But yeah, we've got Uncle Sam winning our
All right.
last
So
one.
he needs to text me what he wants
Yes.
to make it out
Yeah,
to.
if you're still here, if you'll text mom and let her know who you would like that made out to, and you're our final winner of the evening of this book launch. Very exciting. And while mom's still finishing up signing that, just to thank you to everyone for being here. We're not quite done yet. We're gonna have one last little segment where we talk about what's coming up next for the world of Sharon Palmer books. And there is that link in the chat if you want to go check out the Amazon page for Fallen for Macie. And also like her website is in the description, but I couldn't link it, so you'll just have to type in Sharon Palmer books. But yes, so there's, you can check that out, and we'll talk a little bit about what else is happening in the world of Sharon Palmer books as soon as we are done, with the signings. We'll see if Uncle Sam got back to mom, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that, and we'll go. Huh? What was
do
that?
we want me to read what I wrote to Ryan, or do we want to just leave it?
It's up to you if you want to share, or if you want to just leave it for Ryan. It's up to you.
I think I'm just going to leave it for Ryan.
Perfect. That sounds great. That sounds great.
Okay,
but that was fun.
So I got behind. So for this thing, I didn't hear anything from Sam for following me. So I will leave it for later. Oh, we're running out of time. We are past 8:30.
Yeah, we're good. We're good, Mom. We're good. We're getting there. It'll take the time it takes, but we're almost done. But so we had our winners. We will catch up with if we needed to with Jeff and with Sam later.
Okay.
So
all right.
But as for, let's see, 1 second. I have them written down, though. I decided to do that really quick. So I have them written down so we won't forget who won. Who won what. But
do you have Mary Elizabeth written down?
Oh, good point. Bonus Mary Elizabeth. Can't forget that.
Yes. I'm glad you're excited, Ryan.
Yeah, that's awesome.
If you haven't read it, you're going to love it.
It's true. It's so fun. I love the Macie series. Like, just the lighthearted, like, fun, silly, good times of it, of it all. Like, it's really, like, I don't know. Anyway, I don't need to do my review right now, but I really enjoy this series. And I'm glad that you have this final book and you decided to go ahead and fulfill it. But fulfill the whole series, get it all completed and done, and that's really awesome. I'm super proud of you for doing that, actually.
Oh, thank you.
I think that's really awesome. But yes, but now going to the little bit of a teaser for what else is going on in the world of Sharon Palmer books. Would you like to tell us about how many, or not how many, what other books you have going on?
This is a list.
Yes, I was actually curious.
I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. Okay, so for those of you who have been waiting for 2 years, the next installment of the Good Shepherd books is coming out on Black Friday on November 29th. It's called That Thy Days May Be Long, and it's a collection of stories about mothers and fathers that are within Jesus's realm of influence. In December, I am going to release a box set of the ebooks for Falling for Macie. So you can, as an ebook, you can get all 3 of them all together, and a hardback box set. Is that what it's called? Hardback cover?
Hardcover? No, nothing sounds right to me, so I have no idea.
It's all just gone weird.
Not a clue.
But anyway, there's for all 3 books together. Then in January, you kind of got a hint of this when I invited you to this. My YouTube channel will go. I will be adding to the Sharon Palmer Books YouTube channel.
That's cool.
Regularly, starting in January. I was planning on going just books, but then stories is, I love movies, I love TV shows, I love books, I love, anything that tells a story. I want to be able to talk about those kinds of things. There's
Fair
going to be
enough.
some kind of there may be critiques, there may be definitely opinion pieces. I already have one practically written for Rogue One.
Yeah, you've got some
Rogue
strong
One,
opinions about that
because
movie, so.
I feel very passionate about that movie, and that's you'll have to wait for my YouTube video, but
Can't wait.
and then in February, I'm re-releasing Porridge and Prejudice under a new pen name.
Ah.
My new pen name is Leila Gray, or in the real world,
Ooh.
everybody knows it as Layla Gray. But
Right.
Porridge and Prejudice will be Layla Gray's or Leila Gray's first um, book. Right
Looking
now,
forward to
I
sorry.
released it under Sharon Smith Palmer, but it needs an overhaul. So I'm just gonna overhaul it, and it's gonna be a completely different book with the same title.
Yeah, fair enough. Might as well. You have every right to do that.
Yeah. So,
Um,
but yeah, it's but yeah. So, and then after that, I'm going to be working on a mystery series,
ah.
which this is where Hunter comes in. He was the
Oh.
one who got me started thinking mystery
Mm.
before he left on his mission 2 years ago.
Yeah. Hey, well, that could be a short,
So,
timeline in the span of book writing, right? 2 years is,
yeah. And
depends on
one
who
of
you
the
are, I guess.
projects, and I'm going back to earlier in the thing.
Oh, Melissa's here.
Yeah, Melissa's here. Yay.
Welcome. Catching the tail end of it. Also,
Um,
sorry.
yes, one of the
Really
things I'm
quick.
going to do
Okay, go ahead.
is if I am going to write a story that involves Macie's and Jeremy's mother going on the cruise.
Oh, that's
That's a
right. I remember you
spoiler for
telling me
those
about
of
that.
you. There's a spoiler for those of you who have not made it to the end of the book yet. But anyway,
That would be a fun time. I remember that. I remember you telling me a little bit about that. But
yeah.
sorry,
So,
one second. I wanted to acknowledge some people in the chat. Thank you, Aunt Darl. That's very sweet of you. And then Deborah said, looking forward to that one. And ooh, or oh, I don't know. I think you were talking, I don't remember when the timing of that was, but it might have been talking about your Rogue One YouTube. I'm not sure. um, but, but yes. So, yes. Sorry to interrupt back. Did you have anything else you wanted to say about what's up next for Sharon Palmer books?
okay. First of all, I need to answer Darl's. Just be patient, my friend.
A cruise with that woman.
They managed, just
just you
be
wait.
patient.
It's gonna be a blast. and
It will be great.
you'll get there. You'll love it. Keep reading, says Nina. I feel like that's a great sentiment in general. Keep reading.
Yeah, keep reading.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, no, that's about all. I mean, a lot of things are going to happen. My hope and prayer is that I won't be 2 years before I come out with another book like it's been. I do publish regularly, but it's every 2 years.
That's fair. Every other year you can expect just like a drop.
A drop of a whole bunch of books. Yes.
Yeah. Good amount, if that's how it works for you, like as long as you find your process, then that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all we have planned for this evening.
Okay, well, hold on real quick. I have a
yes.
question on my phone.
Oh yes, go ahead.
He is asking what book is based with Hunter. It's going to be the mystery. I haven't worked out all the details of the mystery, but if you remember, okay, so we worked out a whole plot to a mystery.
I think I remember that. You guys were like sitting around the table
based on some texts that Hunter got. That he wasn't, it was
like a wrong number text.
It was a wrong number text. And so
that's intriguing.
So that's
stay tuned.
But he got me thinking in the mystery line, because I have another mystery in mind too. So anyway,
that sounds fun. I'm excited to see where this mystery takes us. All these mysteries you have in the future, but So anything else, if anyone has any questions, comments, or anything, and then if you have anything else you want to say, but I just want to say thank you all for being here, and this has been really fun.
Yes.
So
Thank you so much. It was so much fun having you all here.
yeah, so
Yep,
exciting. Lots
Sandy.
of adventures ahead. That is true. That is very
Yep,
true, Sandy.
yep.
Uh, for us all. Um, yeah. Okay. Well, this has been a great party. I know you were concerned we were going over time, but we're only a little bit over. It's only been a little over an hour. I feel like that's good. Anyway,
Well,
so
thank you. Thank you all for being, I'm
yeah.
glad you guys had a good time. I hope it wasn't boring.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for hosting and partying and writing. Yeah, you're very welcome, Deborah. Nina says, love you, Sharon. And also, this has been a bit of an experimental virtual book launch. So if you guys have any ideas for something that, Sharon could do, this one, Mom could do in the future for future book launches, we would love to have fun, interactive, good times. So
I would like to do this again
yeah.
for Origin Prejudice.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Loved it. Great job. Love you. Love you guys. You guys are
Yeah.
awesome. I love it. Thank you all so much for showing up. And yeah, I should have planned something for how to end because I feel like sometimes it's hard to wrap up when you're having such a good
Well,
time hanging out with people.
I hope all of you had some really great treats. I meant
Oh, that's
to bring
true.
those up.
Yeah.
I know that here we had pecan sandies and milk.
Did we?
I didn't. But Ed did.
Okay. Well, we can go out and join and have some right now.
I'm planning on having my after party treats.
Yes, let's go have an after party. I'm trying to think. I think we've done what we set out to do, and it's been a good time. So,
all right, thanks for coming, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, so much for being here, and we'll hopefully catch you in the next one. We're always here if you have any questions. Mom is got all these fun books. Oh, that was what I was going to ask. I actually did have a question of how many books do you have now? You might have answered that.
Okay, there's three of Macie.
Like,
there will be three of that. There's Prejudice, and there's. So right now I have 7.
Oh, 7. Wow. Okay. I was close, but I didn't know for sure. So yeah, 7th book. That's so exciting. That's honestly so cool. I'm really proud of you. And I think it's amazing that you've published all these books, indie publisher of the year award from me to you. It's invisible over here, though.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank my writing group. I would really love to thank everyone here.
Yeah.
That you've all contributed somehow in getting me where I am.
It's so true. Takes a village to make a Macie, I guess. Yeah.
Takes a village to keep me afloat.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like Will had hot cider. Will and maybe Mary Elizabeth, they had a hot cider. And then people are saying goodnight. So I think we will head out. Thank you everyone so much for being here.
All right. Good night.
See you. Bye.